Welcome to Silicon Valley Asian Business Talk.
So hello, everyone. This is Roger Chen from University of San Francisco Center for Business Studies and Innovation Asia Pacific. First of all, welcome Larry Lee, and thank you for supporting us. Would you please briefly introduce yourself?
Hi, Professor Chen. Thank you for your invitation. It is an honor to be working with you. As myself, my name is Larry Lee. I have a kind of more than 600,000 followers on Douyin, or the Chinese version of TikTok. I'm a founding partner of Amino Capital. The fund has been around for more than 10 years. We're headquartered in downtown Palo Alto. We invest almost 300 companies, and more than 15 of them become a unicorn, and more than 30 of them grow into 100 million to 1 billion valuation companies. We have quite a few partners who has been working together with me on the fund, Amino Capital. We are very technical. Most of them has a PhD in science and engineering. Myself, I have a master degree. That's why I have a called Master Lee, but now this name is not may not be politically correct. So we need to think about a better English name. Very fortunate we got on the Midas list last month, which is like the Oscar for investors. And also, as I mentioned, during the pandemic, in order to work, to communicate with partners and entrepreneurs, I get on the TikTok. Also, during the pandemic, I wrote a book together actually with my team. The title is The Logic of Investment. It's published by Tsinghua publisher. It was written last year actually, but during the pandemic, it was published early this year.
Discussion topic: an insightful story and lesson on scaling up new ventures.
Based upon your very rich experience, observations, can you maybe identify or share with us, what are some of the mistakes you have observed? What are the typical, kind of wisdoms or, advice on how to search for or go through this product market fit process? I know this is very generic. You can pick a few examples that you will remember to share with us about this extremely important, yet could be complicated generic questions.
Actually, you have to try, right? Number one thing is to try. So it's not obvious. Like we are the angel investors of a V, right? A lot of Asian people use a V. So it's not a straightforward road for them. Now they are relatively successful, right? They are.
Maybe, Larry, could you just give us one or two background information about this company so people have the context?
Right. The company's name is a V, called WEEE exclamation mark. So this is a Asian food delivery startups. And when they started, they are like it's very different. So when they started, there's like a organized community neighborhood together. They bound together to say, oh, we're going to buy some dates. So there are 20 families like it, want to buy, and then they sign up, and then they buy a large quantity of dates, and then they got a discount price. And then it's a big bag of dates come to one family, and then they split the dates into 20 families, and then that's it. So initially, it's like a community batch purchasing. It works okay by starting a lot of small communities. People start to so-called serve themselves. But when you go a little bigger with more product, things happens, right? Because number one, the delivery time is not guaranteed, right? If the 25, they are all busy, then, right? Secondly, the quantity, how to divide, and all kinds of things happens. And it becomes too much work for one family if that family initially just want to help. So then in the end, they started to hire, the company started to hire a driver. See, the business model change, right? When you start to hire driver, then you have a fixed cost. And then the business has to pick up very fast because otherwise you have a 10 or 20 drivers sitting in the warehouse. So then they have to figure out when and where to hire drivers. So that's one step ahead. And in little by little, there are more and more drivers coming on board, and more communities converted from those self-serving community to serve by the V platform. When you do that, if you're not careful, then it will cost you a lot more money as a company because the driver, if there's no work, you still pay. They're sitting there, you still pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not second step. Then third step, you get this thing from initially from the farm, the vegetable, right? Directly, the driver pick it up and then send to each home. After a while, there are too many drivers go to the same farm, and then they have to set up their own warehouse. See, when you start a warehouse, there's not a fixed cost there. So you really have to grow the company one step at a time. And then they become profitable in the Bay Area. And then they have to, in order to go national, they have to go to another metropolitan area like Los Angeles. And then they have to go to a different, like a New York area. But each area is very different, right? The density of Asian population is different. The warehouse location is different. So for each location, you have to be very careful to use a different strategy. So all those things can tell is when the company grow, there's no one magic moment. It is really one step at a time. Because when you move on to the next step, you solve one problem, then you will see another problem. And when you solve the next problem, and then you find new problems. So it's really, entrepreneurship is a journey where you step up one step at a time. There's no foreseeable future where you can see, oh, this is one magic moment and then I'm done. That never happens.
Thank you for watching.